Video 404, replacing clutch packs on the 5HP-19FLA transmission. But before we remove anything, we have to remove these 3 snap rings and springs. Use your preferred snap ring pliers to remove the snap ring. Just make sure they don't go flying across the room. And do that for all 3. Once you remove those 3 snap rings and springs, there's going to be a seal at the bottom of each hole. Small seal that's bottoming against the D&G brake drum. To remove it, use one of those long rear differential housing bolts. It fits snugly on that seal. We're going to use a mallet to wedge it in there in between. So by now you should have your fluid pump out. This is housing the C clutch. We're going to remove this one, which houses the B. And we're going to go ahead and stack. We're going to remove this drum and stack. Don't lose any of your bearings. After removing this sun gear with its cover, you're going to notice that there is a large snap ring holding the D&G brake drum. Just use a screwdriver, pry from underneath, and you can fish it out with a pick over here on the side. You might need to use a screwdriver and come in between the valve body area and push. There we go. And here's our D&G brake drum. And we're going to stack it. So now we have our parts stacked. And you can leave the planetary system inside, but we took it out in order to clean it. And at the rear of it, at the tail shaft, you have this 3-piece bearing set. The narrow portion faces towards the output shaft. Then you have your sun gear. It has a 3-piece bearing set, washer, needle bearing, and another washer with the flat part facing towards the output shaft. It's going to have a rim that faces that way. Then you have your planetary carrier. It has 4 pinions. 4 pinions. 4L60E should have taken note of this. 4 pinions. Then you have another 3-piece bearing set with the flat part facing away from the tail shaft. Flat part away from the tail shaft. And then you have your ring gear with the ring gear carrier. There's also a 3-piece bearing set right here, but I left it on the F clutch drum. This is what the assembled planetary system looks like. We're going to go ahead and transfer this 3-piece bearing set onto here, with the flat part facing away from the output shaft. Flat part away from the output shaft. Once you remove your snap ring from the F cylinder, you should be able to take out the friction and steel discs. At the very bottom, there's one called the undulating disc. It's very thin. So go ahead and reuse that one. Clean it and reuse it. And then we're gonna alternate steels and frictions. 5 steels, 4 frictions. Video number 1 states that F drum should have, 5? But this one only has 4, so look out for that. And even the service information confirms that our model number 101 only uses 4, while some others are going to use 5. Your friction discs, go ahead and bathe them in transmission fluid. You want them nice and soaked before putting them in. We're not going to mess with the piston. There's 2 seals in there. We would have to compress this spring and get these stop rings out. We're not going to go that far, but that's also an option. So once you have your undulating spring in there, begin with a new steel and then a friction disc, and you'll alternate that way. Now our F drum is assembled, and make sure the little parts that stick out of the clutch packs, make sure these are in a straight line. Make sure there's a straight line of a gap, because we're going to be dropping the ring gear carrier. These splines are going to go into these grooves. So we're going to go ahead and transfer this 3-piece bearing set back onto the F drum. We're going to remove the ring gear carrier and we're going to drop it. And it just fell in. So right now it's not in. You should notice that that washer needs to bottom out against the rim of this carrier. Okay, now it bottomed out. Now we're good. See how it's bottomed out at the bottom right there? So this piece is good to go. And it just came out, but it should be no problem getting it back in. On the D&G brake drum, on the back side of it, we have G clutch. It's going to be the same reweld process as F clutch over here. Once you remove the snap ring, you take out the discs. At the very bottom of it, there's going to be another undulating disc, thin disc. Clean it out and reuse it. And then you have 3 alternating friction discs and steels. Remember, these vary, so check with your model number to be sure. At the very top, there's a end disc. An end disc is thicker than a steel. And this one should also come with your replacement discs from the kit outlined in video number 1. And here's our replacement. One thing to note is that the end disc has a flat side and a side that has a small angle going up. Put the new one on top of the clutch pack the way you took it out, as some have the flat side up and some have the angle facing up. It really shouldn't matter which side is up, but try and place it the way it was removed. And on the D&G brake drum, the D clutch packs are going to be on this long, smooth side. Once you take out the snap ring, you're going to flip the D&G brake drum over so you are able to dump out the clutch packs. Just flip it over and they'll come out. While you're here, check your sprag. It should move in one way and lock in the other. So this one's good. Same deal over here. We have a thin disc that we're going to be reusing. Then we have alternating steels and frictions. Looks to be about 5 steels, 5 frictions. And it ends with another end disc. And of course, the end disc is also provided in your service kit. We're not going to open up the D&G brake drum to change the seals. We're not going to go that far. We're just replacing the clutch packs. A lot of people like to replace the drum itself because over time it can crack. We're also not going to go ahead and do that at this time. Now we got our D&G brake drum assembled. We're going to join the F drum and planetary assembly onto here. We're going to join it onto the short, smooth side. So with the assembled, we're going to drop it These splines need to drop into those clutch friction disc teeth. And you'll know that the splines have engaged once you can turn it, and you can notice from this inspection hole that all 3 friction discs turn. So at this point we seem to be bottomed out, but I'm going to look at this inspection hole and see if I can turn all 3 friction discs. Getting this assembled piece back into the transmission can be quite tricky, but first you got to slide the 2 magnets onto the drum. If we look at the housing, there's 2 spaces where the magnets are going to fit. Do not put the magnets in before putting these components. Those magnets are going to block you. What you got to do is slide the magnets onto the D&G brake drum like this, and then slide the entire assembly into the transmission. I found it easier to have somebody holding the tail shaft in while I push these components in. If they don't want to sit right, if the entire assembly is having a hard time sitting, hit it with a block of wood right here and right here, basically on the edges, until the 3 holes at the valve body line up. From there on, get your snap ring back in there, and you got the hardest part out of the way. Next up, we have the front planetary and the A&E clutch drum. This washer is part of the 3-piece bearing set. The rest is on the D&G brake drum, so we're gonna go ahead and put that over there. Front planetary, we're not gonna do nothing here. On the A&E clutch drum, the middle ones are the E clutches and the outer ones are the A clutches. So let's go ahead and swap them out. Same thing we've been doing. They're held in place by a snap ring. Take the snap ring out, and then you're able to take the old clutches out. At the E clutch, you're gonna have a thin disc. Clean it, reuse it, and then you have alternating steels and then frictions. Steel, friction. 4 steels, 4 frictions, ending with the end plate at the top. The end plate, the thicker steel. For your A clutch pack, you also have a thin disc at the very base. Clean it, reuse it, and then you have your steels and then frictions alternating. Looks like 4 steels, 4 frictions, ending with the end plate, the thick plate. Once you got the new clutch packs in there, make sure the teeth are straight for both clutch packs, because they're going to be dropped into these splines. You know you're bottomed out when this upper lip is hitting the bottom of this crown, kind of like that. So now we're done with this for right now. We're gonna move to the B clutch. B clutch, very simple. Get your snap ring out. You're gonna have that thin disc that you're gonna reuse, followed by steels and frictions. Looks like 2 steels, 2 frictions with an end plate. We're going to place the B clutch onto the A&E clutch drum, transfer over this bearing, and then you would drop the B drum on top of that. These 2 clutch pack teeth are gonna spline onto these. As for the C clutch pack, replacement is shown in video number 3. These 3 assemblies will be merged and placed into the transmission at the same time. Info on that is also shown in video number 3. Last portion is getting the seals springs and snap rings back into these 3 holes. If you look at bag number 6, you'll see that you have replacement seals. So you're going to put it into the cylinder, and then you're going to drive that seal with a 3/8 inch driver, or extension. 3/8 inch extension. You can hit it with a hammer or a mallet, something. It's bottomed out. Put it in your spring and compress your snap ring. Get these in there. My glove was staying in there. Now hit it with a 3/8 inch drive again. Make sure it can't come out. There you go, you guys. This portion is complete. Video 404, replacing the clutch packs on the internals.